I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States. So help me God.
Up next on Midday, President Clinton takes the oath of office for a second term as president.
From your news and information leader, this is the News Channel 5 Midday Report.
Hello, everyone. I'm Beth Tucker. Thanks for joining us. It's been 60 years since a Democratic president was inaugurated for a second term, but today Bill Clinton had that honor as he took his second oath of office. Dave Failing has a wrap-up of today's events from Washington.
A cold, gray day could not diminish the pageantry of Washington, turned out for the last presidential inauguration of the century. Thousands of bundled-up well-wishers packed the Capitol Mall and lined Pennsylvania Avenue. They came to see the president, who is now enjoying the highest approval ratings of his time in office.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Good luck.
The swearing in is all of 35 words, a short pledge for such a powerful position. With his inauguration, President Clinton becomes the only Democrat since FDR to have won a second term.
At the dawn of the 21st century, a free people must now choose to shape the forces of the information age and the global society, to unleash the limitless potential of all our people.
Mr. Clinton talked about his second-term goals of balancing the federal budget, further reforming welfare, and improving education.
May those generations whose faces we cannot yet see, whose names we may never know, say of us here that we led our beloved land into a new century with the American dream alive for all her children.
After his inauguration, the president will attend a luncheon, then the inaugural parade. Then later tonight, he and the First Lady will begin a marathon of inaugural balls. There are 15 at which he hopes to make appearances. Dave Failing, CBS News, Washington.
Well, as President Clinton heads into his second term, a new CBS poll shows he has a healthy level of public support. His approval rating is now at 60%. 66% of those polled are optimistic about the next 4 years, and 65% approve of the way the First Lady is handling her position. While the spotlight may be shining on President Clinton today, Tennessee's own Al Gore is also getting plenty of attention. Many local residents in Washington for the inauguration think it's only a matter of time before Gore takes the presidential oath of office.
I think Albert is able. I think he's articulate. I think Gore's got a great chance to win. I'll be for Gore.
I mean, I think there's tremendous excitement about him for the year 2000. Some of us are even already sporting buttons. And the response from around the country is just terrific. So that makes it really exciting for Tennesseans.
For his part, President Clinton says the best thing he can do to help Al Gore become president is to make sure Gore succeeds as vice president. Several youngsters from Al Gore's home county are getting the thrill of a lifetime today. They're marching in the inaugural parade. The students also got a sightseeing trip in Washington, including a moving visit to Arlington National Cemetery.
Oh, it's just amazing. It's neat.
It's awesome, but it's sad, though. It kind of makes you feel kind of weird.
And it was very heartfelt and touching to me.
Other Tennessee bands playing in today's inaugural parade include the TSU Marching Band, the Gibson County Band, and the University of Tennessee Marching Band. Now, for more on Tennessee's contribution to today's inaugural ceremonies, be sure to tune in tonight to our 6 o'clock report. We'll have live coverage with Chris Clark and Vicki Yates. Besides being Inauguration Day, of course, it's also a day to honor a fallen hero.
Everybody say amen.
This is Martin Luther King Day, a day set aside to remember the slain civil rights leader's birthday and achievements. A citywide march in King's honor got underway this morning from several different sites around town.
It means that, like, a whole bunch of people can come together, no matter what race you are, no matter what color, what figure you got, what sex you are, anything. We can all come together as one, just like we did back then when we were trying to, form a unity. We can all come together and just be ourselves.
Participants then marched to Tennessee State University for a convocation and rally. The march is sponsored by TSU and the Interdenominational Ministers Fellowship. A memorial service was also held today in Atlanta at Ebenezer Baptist Church, where King preached his first and last services. Reverend Bernice King was among the speakers. She says the best way to honor the memory of her father is to work to rid the world of what he called the triple evils: poverty, racism, and war. King would have been 68 years old this year. His actual birth date was January 15th, 1929. Metro detectives are looking for the killer of a Dickerson Road restaurant manager. The body of the night manager of the Shoney's restaurant on Dickerson Road was found at around 5 o'clock this morning by another employee. Money was missing from the restaurant, so investigators do believe the murder was part of an armed robbery. But so far they have no suspects, and they're not giving details of exactly how the victim died.
There are obvious signs of trauma to the victim's body. However, I'm not at liberty to go into that in detail at this point. The cause of death, of course, will be determined by the medical examiner.
The victim's car was also discovered missing from the parking lot this morning. It was later recovered at a nearby motel, and police hope it will provide clues to the killer's identity. A computer hacker has been sentenced to 3 years probation for selling passwords to MTSU's computer system. A federal judge handed down the verdict and ordered Robert Hicks to pay nearly $6,000 in fines and restitutions. Hicks' accomplice pleaded guilty earlier this month and is still awaiting sentencing. Downtown Lebanon may soon have a new tourist spot. A major facelift is in the works for the old Lebanon Hotel. For as long as most people can remember, the structure, built on West Main Street in 1903, has been a low-rent apartment house. Owner John Crawford, who's a contractor from Nashville, hopes to spend around $230,000 and turn the downtown hotel into a bed and breakfast. Still ahead on Midday, a recall of a certain type of birth control pill. And Bill Cosby issues a challenge to the tabloids in the wake of his son's death.
Lots of sunny skies outside, getting even warmer. We'll talk about that next.
On the next Geraldo Rivera Show, why are these suburban housewives locked in a brawl? How could their parents make this brother and sister fight? Did Hollywood's top talents really sneak away this summer? What motivated this woman to jump into an angry crowd and save a Klansman? From stunning accidents to daring chases, from tragedies to triumphs, we've got the stories behind the summer's most incredible home videos. Next Geraldo Rivera Show.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m. only on News Channel 5.
Cal Spas is closing its doors in Nashville. Yes, Cal Spas' loss is your gain. During Cal Spas' going out of business sale, everything will be liquidated. Many items below cost. Choose from a huge selection of spas up to 70% off. Floor model and scratch and dent slate pool tables as low as $5.99. Complete 24-foot above-ground pools with filter, ladder, and vacuum, only $6.99. No reasonable offer refused, financing available, and 6 months same as cash. Tanning beds, only $10.99. Hurry, it's Cal Spas' going out of business sale.
This is a News Channel 5 health tip brought to you by Baptist Hospital.
It's important your child follows safety tips when riding a bicycle. He or she should always wear a helmet, wear brightly colored clothing, equip the bike with reflectors, ride on the proper side of the road, use hand signals for turning and stopping, walk the bike across busy intersections. Following these safety guidelines could save a life. That's today's health tip. I'm Catherine Walters.
The human body moves with a grace that defies understanding. Fortunately, the science of the body can be understood. So, should it falter, we can help it heal. In some cases, we return it to working order that's slightly beyond perfection. Baptist Hospital. More than healthcare, health caring.
This is News Channel 5.
Madeleine Albright is just one step away from becoming the highest-ranking woman ever in the federal government. The Senate Foreign Relations Committee today confirmed Albright as Secretary of State, and Committee Chairman Jesse Helms said he intends to send the nomination to the full Senate for a vote tomorrow. Russian President Boris Yeltsin is out of the hospital today. A spokesman says he'll continue his recovery from pneumonia at his country residence outside Moscow. There's no word on when Yeltsin will return to full-time work at the Kremlin, but his political foes are pushing for him to be removed from his job permanently because of his health problems. Some new twists today in the search for Ennis Cosby's killer. His father, Bill Cosby, is asking the tabloids to offer a reward leading to the arrest of the murderer. The National Enquirer has already accepted putting up $100,000. Meanwhile, authorities in Lake Tahoe, Nevada are looking into similarities between the sketch of the Cosby suspect and that of a man who wounded a deputy there in December. Viewed side by side, the two look similar.
Well, I think there's some similarities in the composites, and there are also some very obvious dissimilarities in the composite. So at this particular time, we're not portraying that as a solid lead or that there is a connection between the two.
A written tribute to Ennis Cosby will be aired tonight at the end of Bill Cosby's TV show. FBI agents have taken over the investigation into a pair of bombings at a Tulsa, Oklahoma abortion clinic. The building was closed when the blasts went off yesterday. There were no injuries. The explosions came 3 days after a double bombing at an Atlanta abortion clinic. Wednesday is the 24th anniversary of the Supreme Court's ruling that women have a right to abortion. That's prompted fears of renewed violence against abortion clinics across the country. In Murfreesboro, anti-abortion protesters are hoping they can get their message across by peaceful means. 2 coffins were carried down Main Street yesterday. Members of Tennessee Right to Life say they did not gather to condemn those who have abortions. They just want people to know adoption is a choice, too.
Not only does a child suffer from abortion by murder in the child, the woman also suffers. That's why we're carrying the adult coffin.
The protest also condemned Roe v. Wade, the landmark case that legalized abortion in the U.S. A Seattle community is in shock this morning. An entire family of 4 was killed yesterday when a mudslide pushed their house into the water. Officials say the mudslide hit the home at around 7:30 yesterday morning while the family was still asleep. Rescuers found the bodies of the high school teacher, his wife, and 2 children still in their beds. Other homes in the area have been evacuated. We've all seen the pictures and heard the speculation as to why TWA Flight 800 went down, but what would we say to the families if we could? Well, now there's a TWA message board where family members, friends, and anyone who wants to express their feelings on the tragedy can go. If you'd like to access the TWA Flight 800 Memorial Message Board, all you have to do is get on your computer and dial us up here at www.newschannel5.com, and we'll take you there. Balloonist Steve Fawcett's back on the ground today. He tried to travel around the world by balloon, but only made it halfway. Fawcett's crew in Chicago got the word early today that he'd been forced to land in India because he didn't have enough fuel to cross the Pacific Ocean. A delay entering Libyan airspace is blamed for the fuel shortage. The crew says they're delighted that Fawcett managed to set an endurance record for a balloon flight with this attempt, and they say he'll probably try again next year. Astronaut John Bleha is also headed back to Earth this morning. After 4 months on the Russian space station, Bleha was aboard the shuttle Atlantis last night when it undocked from Mir. He says first thing he wants when he gets back to Earth on Wednesday is a Mexican meal cooked by his mom. One astronaut who rode Atlantis to Mir is not making the return trip. Jerry Lininger will also be putting in a 4-month stay on Mir. Joseph next with our weather forecast, and then in our midday money saver, Elizabeth Owen has some tips on getting the best deals during the January clearance sale.
Cataract surgery has never been easier thanks to no-shot cataract removal. Now there's no shots for anesthesia, no stitches, and no patch. Your eye heals faster than ever before. Normal vision returns within hours. Of course, we always accept your Medicare assignment. Remember, no-shot cataract removal. Call us about it today. For the clear leader in no-stitch cataract removal, call the Thornton Eye Center at 284-2020.
I remember my mom's 65th birthday. We joked that the consolation for reaching that age was that she qualified for Medicare. But it wasn't funny when she needed those benefits, and we discovered that Medicare doesn't provide the coverage we thought it did. Well, that's why I'm so glad she found HealthNet 65. It doesn't cost a penny more than traditional Medicare, and still covers things Medicare doesn't, like annual checkups, worldwide emergency care, and for a small plan premium, you can even get coverage for prescriptions. You have your choice of many leading hospitals. In fact, HealthNet 65 is owned by Baptist and St. Thomas, 2 of the area's most trusted hospitals. You know, after working hard all their lives, my parents deserve the very best. And with HealthNet 65, that's exactly what they get.
HealthNet 65 is everything you want Medicare to be, and more. For information, call 800-549-1465.
You're watching News Channel 5.
Boy, it's a big difference.
Man,
Nice out there.
it just feels great out there
Oh,
today.
it
It's
does.
time
It's
to
wonderful.
get the short sleeves back out, or it feels like you could. Anyway.
Yeah.
Not really.
Sweatshirts,
But-
anyway. How's that?
Exactly. Throw the coats away for a little while. Let's go to, not in the trash, just throw
Put them away.
Put them away.
Put them away.
Well, whatever. Let's go take a look at our past 24 hours here in Nashville. We have had a high so far of 50 degrees, 24 the low this morning. We've had no precipitation over the past 24 hours, 1.56 for the month and for the year. Right now, Nashville has 50 degrees, humidity at 42%. Winds are out of the southwest at 9, and the pressure is falling at 30.19 inches of mercury. Well, now let's go take a look at our satellite picture, and you'll see on it the clouds pretty much cloud-free, of course, here over the Mid-South. But up there to the northeast of us, through portions of Kentucky, on into Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, clouds there, and some of this cloud cover producing snow in portions of northeastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, all coming across the Great Lakes there. That's the old lake effect snow machine really cranking it there. Some moisture here down over Texas. Our high pressure that's giving us a nice fair weather day. It's helping to kind of scoop some moisture back in here, and some of that will help the cold front that's on the way for us bring us a chance for rain, maybe even a thunder shower by Wednesday. This is not the cold front. This is a cold front, but not the one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about is back here to the west of us. That's going to be coming across the country. This one is sitting here and probably will begin to pivot just a little bit. The back end of it coming on down the eastern coast, a little cool weather there for the northeastern coast, and some very frigid weather up across the extreme northeast. It began to warm up a little bit in Washington, D.C. today for the inaugural. There comes the moisture lifting on up into the plains. Here comes the front across the western part of the country. Again, the good news about this cold front, if we have to have one, that it is not Arctic in nature. It is coming more out of the Pacific, but it's still going to cool us down a little bit toward the weekend. In the meantime, though, beautiful, beautiful temperatures for January, mid to late January, in the 50s and 60s for highs across Tennessee, 40s and 50s for highs across Kentucky, a few 70s beginning to pop up in Mississippi and the southern part of Texas. The very cold weather staying well to the north in extreme northern North Dakota, Minnesota, upper Great Lakes, and of course across Maine. Here's a look at the forecast for 5 o'clock this afternoon. It'll be 55 down in Franklin, Tennessee, 55 also in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, a cooler 52 in Glasgow, 53 over in Sparta. And for our pick town, we go down to Giles County and we say, hello, Wales. You'll be 58 degrees at 5 o'clock. Overall today, it's going to be sunny and warmer. The high temperature should reach 58. Our low tonight will drop to 40, with winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow, beautiful, partly sunny, 60 for the high at least. Low tomorrow night, 46. On Wednesday, there comes that chance for a shower or a thunder shower, high 61, low 42. On Thursday, we'll only get up to about 49, and Friday about 44. The partly sunny skies return for the end of the week, and even in the 40s, it's still nothing real bad.
Can't beat those temperatures at
No,
all.
no.
All right, up next on Midday, shopping the clearance sales. Elizabeth Owen will be here with some money-saving tips.
When is heartburn worst for you?
When I'm lying down to sleep.
After my third cup of coffee. Or a spicy meal. Whenever it is, your worst heartburn calls for Zantac 75. See, Zantac 75 starts working fast, faster than Pepsid AC, and nothing works longer. In fact, doctors have prescribed the medicine in Zantac 75 more than all other acid reducers. The smart choice for your worst heartburn. Zantac 75, the final word in heartburn relief.
Every year, we open billions of cans the same old-fashioned way, cutting the lid, leaving razor-sharp edges that are as dangerous as any knife. Finally, there's a revolutionary new product that will change all that. Introducing Safety Can. Safety Can actually penetrates the seal of the can, leaving edges that are incredibly smooth and safe. Safety Can's advanced technology actually produces 100 pounds of cutting power, penetrating the seal of the can at precisely the right place, at the exact angle. Look, old-fashioned can openers cut the lid of the can, dropping it into your food. That's dirty. Yuck! But Safety Can's new technology glides through the seal of the can, leaving incredibly smooth edges. And look at this. When there's pet food left over, the lid pops back on with the can and lid still intact. It's the most incredible kitchen product ever invented. Available through this special offer for the incredible price of just $19.95. But wait, call now and get the Safety Jar absolutely free. Why struggle with stubborn jars? Now you can open any jar or bottle with ease. Safety Can and Safety Jar, both for just $19.95. Safety Can, for safety's sake, call now.
To order Safety Can, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-831-6644. That's 1-800-831-6644. Or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping to the address on your screen. Call 1-800-831-6644. Sorry, no CODs.
This is News Channel 5.
If you take birth control pills, you may want to listen to this. Bristol-Myers Squibb is recalling 150,000 packages of their birth control pill called Ofcon 35, the 28-day formula. The company says several packages have been discovered with pills in the wrong order. While they say a woman is unlikely to get pregnant as a result of the mix-up, women can take pills with lot number H6J272A back to their pharmacies for a free replacement. Again, that's Ofcon 35, the 28-day formula, lot number H6J272A. In today's Midday Money Saver, January is the favorite month for many shoppers. It's when stores have their big winter clearances. It can be a good time to save money if you have some inside information. And here to guide us through the sales racks is our consumer specialist, Elizabeth Owen. She's got all the inside information.
Oh, it's the best time of the year to shop.
Why? Why January?
Well, think of it, Beth. It's right after Christmas.
Yeah,
and also,
and we're all broke.
Whether we want to realize it or not, we've got 3 more months of winter, despite Joe's good forecast. So stores are getting ready to put in the bathing suits, yes, the shorts and the tank tops, and they need room. So they're getting rid of all that winter stuff. And now, Beth, is the time when they're really going to have drastic savings. And, you know, they want to get the merchandise out because they don't want to store it until next year.
Right. I don't blame them. Now, the prices are good, but are there some precautions you need to take?
You really should. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean it's going to be for you or actually is going to work out for you. First of all, examine those clothes. Now, face it, they've been on that rack for months. They've been tried on by all kinds of people, and they could have picks and pulls and ripped seams and loose buttons and all kinds of things. You've seen sweaters that are out of shape. So make sure you try everything on and examine them inside and out. Look for the seams, look for zippers. Make sure everything works, but above all, make sure you try on those clothes, especially if you're buying for children. You know, that's very important because you just never know after they've been sitting there on that rack for so long.
And picked through.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now this is a good time to go to a new store, I would think. You know, you see this great big store. Oh, I've been meaning to go there. Now they got a sale. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
How do you tell if you're getting a bargain, though, if you've never been in the store
Well,
before?
you're going to really have to be kind of a savvy shopper. In other words, understand the brand names and know what to look for in the stores. If you're familiar with the brand name, then you know kind of what quality you're going to get. Now's not the time to spend a lot of money on things you're just not familiar with. So try to, you know, learn your brand names. And another thing, go to the back of the store. That's where the real good sales are.
Back of the store.
All the way in the back. Yeah.
Remember that. Okay. Can you take things back?
Well, now sometimes store policies will change and become a little bit stricter during those drastic sale times. Sometimes stores that will allow you to send things back anytime you want will have like a 7-day or a 30-day return policy. So make sure you know the return policy and just ask the sales clerk or the store manager. They'll be glad to tell you.
And sometimes they'll exchange for merchandise only and not cash.
Yeah. And sometimes sale items you can't take them back.
At
so
all.
make sure you know.
Okay. Any final words of advice for us?
Oh, Beth, this is a tough one. But you know, if you can't use it, if it doesn't fit, if you don't have something to go with it, I don't care what the price is. It's not a bargain. Sorry.
Not if you can't use it.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Elizabeth. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us.
1-888 We Say OK helped me get the car I wanted, even though my credit history had some serious problems. It was a free call and a free service.
Bad things happen. My credit history was less than perfect, but I had to have a truck, and I wanted one that I liked. 1-888 We Say OK helped me get exactly what I wanted.
You need a car but have some past credit problems? Bankruptcy or bad credit is not a problem. When others say no way, we say okay. Call 1-888 We Say OK.
Fine all day. What do you get? Close at 8 forever with the best deals yet.
Sofa Shop Countdown. You're the boss. Name your own final price. All reasonable offers accepted. Maybe I'll take an unreasonable offer or two. Sold. Have your rooms measured. Get full spouse approval. But just show up now because when you do, you're the boss. Man Overboard closing time. January 20th, 8 p.m. Sofa Shop 3rd and Broadway becomes a memory. Sofa Shop 3rd and Broadway. Final hours, minutes, seconds. Time's up. Final day!
10 cents may not look like much to you, but sign up for Sprint Cents Long Distance now, and you'll be amazed at what this little dime can do.
Every time I get another dime, I think about calling my agent for just 10 cents a minute. So what if he puts me on hold?
Barb, your agent's on the phone.
Coming. Yes.
Funny, ever since I got Sprint's dime a minute rate, I can call anywhere in the country and know exactly what I'm paying every month. Nothing surprises me. Hi.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. I work all day, so at 10 cents a minute nights and weekends, I can give myself the green light to talk.
Call for Sprint Cents now, and you'll pay just 10 cents a minute at the times you call most.
Of course, I could pay more at those times, but that wouldn't make sense.
To me, the biggest bonus is I get 10% cash back.
That's cool. With Sprint Cents, it all makes sense. See for yourself. Call now, 1-800-632-2468.
You're watching News Channel 5.
Go outside in your shirt sleeves today.
That'd be a good idea. I think I will, as a matter of fact.
Why don't you?
Yeah. I'll jacket off here, and we'll take off that real quickly.
You can.
Yeah. Take a look at the 5-day forecast. 58 or so today, 60 tomorrow. We'll be in the 60s again on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we'll have a little cool down after a brief period of rain on Wednesday, maybe early Thursday.
Okay, we're getting up on the time Talk of the Town normally starts, but because of all the inaugural festivities, Talk of the Town is going to be on today at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock. The reason why is I've got to run outside and get some lunch and then come back.
Get out there then. All right, that's our time for now. We're going to leave you with some of the sights and sounds of today's inaugural celebration.
Albert Gore, Jr., do solemnly swear.
On January 20th, America inaugurates its 42nd president.
I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear.
News Channel 5 takes you there live. Get the most complete coverage of Tennessee's involvement, its bands, and its favorite son.
4 more years!
Live from Washington, Chris Clark and Vicki Yates bring you continuous coverage of the 53rd presidential inaugural celebration through Tuesday's 10 o'clock report on News Channel 5.
What a holiday.
I can't see eating like this anymore.
I can't even see my feet.
Okay, which diet this time?
Well, we could do the cabbage diet, the sauerkraut diet, or the horseradish diet.
Elaine, how badly do we want to see our feet?
Why do it yourself? When it comes to weight loss, no one has more success stories than Weight Watchers. So register free now and become one of them.
Brenda, on the sauerkraut diet, maybe hot dogs don't count.
Elaine, you're a national treasure.
I know.
Weight Watchers. You can't argue with success.
Remember when a candy bar used to cost a dime? Nowadays, it seems like you have to use a credit card to pay for just about everything. Unfortunately, credit cards are getting more and more homeowners in trouble. But the Money Store can help you consolidate all of your high-rate credit cards and other loans into one low monthly payment. All it takes is just one phone call, and you could be on your way to saving hundreds each month. You can't buy a candy bar for a dime anymore, but you can call the Money Store toll-free at 1-800-LOAN-YES.
If you love cheese, you'll be hot for Kraft Deluxe Macaroni and Cheese. Because when that smooth, creamy cheese sauce begins to melt, ooh, so will you.
Fiona?
Just cooking good looking.
Kraft Deluxe Macaroni and Cheese, when you're hot for cheese.